what we're doing today is we're concentrating cannabis for tincture, for seizure patients, cancer patients, and here we go. This that's been decarbed.
And what is decarb?
That's where we heat it up to 142 degrees and for 30 minutes with parchment paper on top, as we did in our earlier video. That was for when we were doing the oil infused cannabis, which I make cookies for, and brownies and other oils for cosmetics, or not cosmetics, but for... Okay, we're adding this alcohol. This is not Everclear anymore. This is organic from grape alcohol.
Is it 100%?
Well, it's just a little under 200 proof. It's the cleanest stuff, and it is so nice to work with. Okay, we're stripping now.
We're stripping?
We're stripping out the trichomes.
And what happens in the 10 minutes?
Okay, within the 10 minutes, basically what I do is I will be pouring it into here to get the first liquid off of it to stop the stripping of the trichomes, because you'll pick up too much cellular debris, which makes for upset stomachs when you're taking it orally, because it's such a concentrate. You're basically, what we're doing here is we're taking basically for about a pound of shake material or trim, you end up with about 30 grams. I'm going to get out all that's in this, so I put it in a centrifugal salad machine, or caster, basically.
You're using a salad spinner for the centrifugal.
Yeah, to get all the liquid I can out, and do this within a total of a 15-minute period. That's first part of filtration.
What are you pouring it through? Just the sieve?
This is actually a screen that will beat up water with it. I got it for 50 cents at the thrift store. It's the bottom of an old flour container that they had. That was for the sifting of the flour, and it's really, really super fine. I forgot how many per square inch it is, but it's beautiful.
So we've sent it once through the screen. Now, right. What are we putting it in? Is that something like cheesecloth?
Okay, this is a salad spinner with just a bag that's...
It looks like cheesecloth.
It's kind of like that, but it's actually larger hold.
Larger hold.
This is just to keep the debris from getting in. So this is that runoff there.
Okay.
Now, all this we don't have to worry about anymore, because it's not around with the debris that it's still being stripping the cellular material out of it.
So we're going through the salad spinner.
Cellulose material.
And all the liquid is coming out.
Okay.
So we're saving the liquid in the big mason jar.
That's what's going to be our end-up product that I showed you in those syringes earlier.
So you're going through a second spinning to get some more liquid out.
A little last bit, because this is your liquid gold, actually.
The liquid gold, the goal of our project today.
The green gold. Okay.
So we have all of that as our liquid that's been filtered.
Correct. So we're going to take Maleta filter.
A coffee filter.
Coffee filter.
and we're pouring the liquid that we've already filtered through the coffee filter for a higher
Right,
degree
so
of
we've got-
filtration.
I don't, like I said, I don't know how many microns the I don't use bleach filters either. I use the naturals. And as soon as this drains, you'll get a great amount, and then we'll have to sit and wait and wait and wait. But what I'll do is I batch this so we can do a quicker batch. I won't have as much volume, and then I'll redo the rest of it later on so we can get the process moving toward the evaporation of the alcohol off. Then we reconstitute the alcohol back in, and then sometimes we'll have to put it back through the distiller so we can up the proof, because it will drop off after being used. And a lot of times I'm going to be picking up some more, a gallon of. See, we're starting to slow down. I think it has a lot to do with pressure of getting it through the filter.
So we'll have an alcohol-based tincture after you're all done with this. That's very filtered.
And now we're going to be taking off all the alcohol.
By boiling it in that crock pot?
This is a distiller. What it does, it can distill water. It takes about 10 hours to do a gallon of water in that. But alcohol burns at 171. It evaporates off at 171, so you can get all the alcohol off. And then at the ending process, we add 5 drops of water, and that in the solution. So if that boils off, that meant that you've come to 212, and that's past your 171, so there's no alcohol left in your.
So what remains? Just the liquid of the cannabis?
Just actually trichome. And okay, this is what we'll end up with. And
is that a liquid in the?
This is almost like a paste or a tar type thing. It's really thick. I'll put some out. Basically, right now, what we're going to do is continue on. We're got the distiller going. From the process before, we have our cannabis in there that's in the alcohol, and we're distilling it off. And pretty shortly here, and I will be checking, and I'll be adding some water. 5 drops of water. Reason being is that if that is not in there when it comes out, when we pour it into a container, and then I'll also be syringing off 1 3-gram syringe for testing lab, because they need at least a half a gram per test.
You take everything to a testing lab?
Yes. Basically, it will. We will be adding 5 drops of water to make sure once that boils out, we know that there's no alcohol left, and the machine will shut itself off, and then I will put it into a ramekin, and then I'll get the hot plate out, and I'll bring it back up again to make sure that it gets over 180, about 180 degrees, to make sure that there's no alcohol in it again, and then we'll be sucking it up into syringes for later use.
So what's left in the distiller is going to be what you use to that.
That is what is left in the distiller.
Uh-huh.
Got to refreeze it, and I'm going to proof it now to check to see how much of the alcohol is still potent in it, because we need to be over 170 proof to strip, but the higher proof that you can get, because this stuff comes up to like regular Everclear, that you can't get in 190 proof anymore. They don't make it. reconstituting it through the distiller, you can get it up and then just leave, let's say, a cup or 2 cups that will end up, I use as a cleaning solution. It's still about 140, 150 proof.
And that tool in your hand,
This is a proofing hydrometer.
that will tell us how strong concentration of alcohol there is.
I think we got enough to put into the.
Okay,
So basically, it worked out to where we'll be able to reuse this without reconstituting it.
so we can just start over again with the alcohol that you get back from the distiller.
And then what normally?
So what's left over is your base for making other products then.
Yeah, or this is the medicine, the essence of what everything is.
And then it could be used with oil for salves or anything
You can
else.
add it into the oils. You can add into your with your oils. We found that the oils here, like avocado, is good for getting into the breast for breast cancer. It seems to penetrate well. Also, with the grapeseed oil is the same, and olive oil, and make a 3-way one with the concentrate for people to take as an oil tincture. You can use it for melanomas. We're finding out so much, and one thing nice about the people that I work with, we're doing it here, teaching.